Hello, how's it going, everyone? Back again for another episode. Today I am standing in my dungeon. As you can see, below me is a wide open dungeon with a staircase. Yesterday I was doing some work on this, trying to remove all the pretty much unnecessary blocks that do look pretty bad, if I do say so myself. And for today I would like to continue this work, make sure that I do remove quite a lot of those, maybe mostly all of those, especially the ceiling that you can see over here, because when you enter the staircase right here, you do see some of these blocks pretty much blocking the normal view and getting in the way. So if I remove all of this, it should look way more tidy. Here you can see I am showing you the one single block that I dug through, just so I could see where the dungeon ends, and this will tell me where should I stop digging. So I should not dig any further beyond this point. But anyway, before I could proceed any further here, I wanted to also make some pickaxes. So I think I made here maybe 7 or 8 pickaxes, possibly. That must be like 6 or 7, to be honest. Maybe even, not more than 8 for sure. And that's pretty much it. Now I can get to work just like this. Here I do have some sort of a dilemma, I guess, or a problem, where I put a block, and I had to place a cobblestone block just because there was a empty space that I had to jump over otherwise. But now I can simply dig, and here is a torch on my left that provides some additional light just because there is, well, when you look at it like this, there is a dungeon right next to the staircase. So if I dig, as you can see, one block next to this dungeon, then I will uncover these torches that were placed on the floors themselves, and here I do believe I have some sort of a problem where I am not sure how to proceed, because I do need to dig these cobblestone blocks right here to proceed any further, and I believe my choice was to simply dig below me as much as I can, these ones right here that I'm digging right now, and then simply go back, climb up again, and then, pretty much do this all over again. Here I encounter some gravel, which is not ideal. I will not lie, I do not like gravel, but in this situation gravel is a pretty good thing, because I do not know what lies beneath me, like under these blocks, but with gravel you sort of know, because if the gravel is in place and does not fall any further, that means you can dig under yourself and not fall into any sort of a, empty space, because gravel does get influenced by, I suppose, gravity, so it does not stay. And as you can see, there were some cobblestone blocks right under this gravel, and here is this chest from yesterday's episode where I placed it to know where are the boundaries of the dungeon itself, and that kind of helped, kind of didn't, because I pretty much decided to dig one block to my left just to see where the dungeon is actually, so I didn't really need to place that chest over there, but I did, and now it's here. Here I do have some, you know, uh, some problems with these blocks over here, because you need to be careful with the last few blocks, because you do not have anything to stand on, and you may fall if you dig the one below you and there is nothing else left. And here I will have to jump into the dungeon floors themselves, just because otherwise I cannot really get down from this. So here in a moment I will attempt a pretty scary jump. Right here I jump down, then I realize that these glass slabs will not let me enter the dungeon itself, and I will have to do this another scary jump right here. Here we go. I did jump down and then strafed to the right, I think that's the word, and managed to make it, which was pretty fun, I will not lie, but also rather scary. Now I am looking up to the top, and I can see that I left, as you can see, to the left of the dungeon, to the left of the staircase. Up at the top there is quite a lot more cobblestone blocks left there, which I managed to miss, and a torch, of course, on the floor that I also picked up. Well, the torches are, pretty useful. Gotta get those torches. And here I will climb back up to the bridge that I had, and make my way towards where I started today. And I think I will try to dig through. What am I gonna do? I'm not quite sure, but I think I will try to get, these blocks that I'm pointing at right now, because they do need to go, in fact, since they do belong to the staircase right here. And this open dungeon that you can see, this very big, spacious open dungeon to my left right now, will probably be covered with glass panes. That was what I really decided to do, because, to be honest, I don't want to leave it completely open like that. I would rather have it somewhat taken care of, not left to just like that. So maybe a good compromise, without blocking it off with cobblestone blocks, would be, just take some glass panes, which is, as far as I understand, just glass windows, if I'm correct. Here I'm breaking another pickaxe, and with those cover all the openings into the dungeon, which would look pretty cool, I think. But here I do continue with the digging down below, trying to get as many blocks as possible. Of course, during this time I have to be very, very careful not to fall in, because I have only 2.5 hearts of hit points. That's not a lot, and probably a pretty small fall would mean that I would go to sleep, I feel like. So that's not ideal. Here I can see myself dropping a torch, but also uncovering another torch, just because we are now digging some of these blocks from at the level of the torches that were put on the dungeon next to this. Here I am now making my way downwards, obviously making sure to not stand on the block that I'm digging through, because that could be bad. Obviously you should never stand on the block that you're digging on, because you never know, or usually you don't know, what's the next block after that. There could be just air, and here I see that I am on the last block, and I took a jump here, which was pretty high, but not high enough to do any damage, and I still need to make my way downwards to the staircase, so I feel like I do make another jump here. Looking around at my options, I do decide to go to this cobblestone block and then look down and up, evaluating what I could do right now. And not sure what I did here, but here I am, looking all around and thinking, what else do I need to dig here? And in fact, instead of jumping down, I do realize that I have some work to do here, and that's what I do, uncovering yet another torch from the floor to my left. I am very happy whenever I uncover those torches, because it is very nice to simply get extra light with no additional resources. That's because those torches over there, they illuminate the staircase as well as the dungeon floor, the dungeon floor next to it. So that's pretty much two uses from one torch. Illuminates two objects with just one torch, and that is quite an efficient way of using torches, I think. Though maybe those empty blocks that can be seen through are pretty bad, because it does not look very aesthetically pleasing, maybe to some, but I think it should be fine. So far so good, I think, and maybe I'll try to dig all of the blocks that I can here, then possibly cover the dungeon openings with glass windows, and then look at the full picture. Look at it from the side, from below, from the top, and all the other ways that you can look at, and then make my decision whether I should cover these torches that are now providing me some extra light, or leave them be. That will be for the future episodes, of course. Right now I do have a problem. I see that I am running out of blocks to stand on, and I have to take this jump onto the floor entrance. These stairs, cobblestone stairs that I placed on the entrances, do serve as pretty good platforms to jump off on. And here I jump off, make my way a bit downwards through the staircase, and look up and down. Look, I think I'm evaluating where else should I go dig, and in the end, I do believe I go up. I think so, or not. Yeah, I'm digging through a few of those extra blocks that I can frankly barely reach, and then I make my way up, and I think my next thing that I do is I take care of this bridge of cobblestone that I made just to be able to climb up. Before that, I have to take care of quite a lot of this stone right here as well, but of course that will take a bit of time, hopefully not too long. And unfortunately, breaking another cobblestone pickaxe. Here I think I stand and say, hey, look at this dungeon, it looks pretty bad opened like that. So I believe this is the exact moment where I say, maybe using glass windows would be a great idea to, cover it up and make it look pretty well, pretty good. And I stand here, I think I keep talking for a few moments, and then finally replace the broken pickaxe. Whoa, almost digging the block that I was standing on. That could have ended up in a pretty bad way. But here I go. Let's dig one more line or row, whichever you believe is right, of stone, uncovering extra torches for some nice light illumination across the staircase. And then I believe this is the last row of stone blocks left. Oh no, there is one more below. I think I was confused at that time as well, because it looked like that was the last line, but in fact there was another one hiding right under it. So this is the strategy that I chose. Just go one line each like that. You just go one by one, and that is pretty good. Here I do notice that this is the last block before air, I suppose. But then a nice surprise once again. We got some extra blocks. After digging a few blocks further, we see some extra blocks, which was again surprising to me even then, and I completely forgot that there were any extra blocks even now, doing a voiceover of this video, and even more after. So it was some sort of a staircase shaped, I guess you could say, or a triangle shaped amount, like formation of cobblestone, that simply at the top there was a very long line of cobblestone. That seemed like that's pretty much the last line, and then bit by bit it got shorter and shorter and shorter. And here I am standing on the last block. I have to take a jump, which was which did not inflict any damage. And after jumping down, I take care of that last block. And I think here I go back and remove this bridge, because it has served its purpose quite well. And I believe I do remove this bridge. Yeah, before that I also take care of this column right here, looking at it and seeing what else I need to do. But yeah, right after that, this is what I do. Looking at the staircase in front of me, you can see that the progress has been pretty good. A lot of the cobblestone blocks have been removed, and now it looks, in fact, very bright because of the good amount of torches, as well as very, very spacious, thanks to that all that cobblestone that I have dug through. But now is I think one of the harder parts, because I have to go pretty deep here and do some work on this. I have to dig downwards now instead of working on the ceiling, which will be, I think, more difficult. And I don't really have some sort of a strategy or technique here. And here I think what I got surprised by is the glass blocks instead of the glass slabs. I thought, hey, this doesn't look correct or something like that. And that was because, surprisingly, the first floor that I did was not with glass slabs but with glass blocks. So that's what was confusing me so much. As you can see, I am showing this glass block and kind of confused, like, oops, and fell into the empty space over there below me. Here I go and remove one block, I think glass block, saying in disbelief that how does this look so different, and find out weird, huh, that it's glass blocks, not glass slabs. And then go to the second floor after this sudden revelation and try to remove a block over there, but in fact it's not a block, it's a slab. So I think I'll have to at some point probably replace the first floor's glass blocks with glass slabs. I don't know, maybe. I guess we'll have to see. But for now this is fine, and here I am probably saying all of these things of I guess that's enough for today, and yeah, we'll continue tomorrow.